We've all seen them somewhere across the battlefield. Terrible players that not only lack the basic abilities of competing on an FPS game, but also have the habit of abusing the most annoying mechanics in the game and providing very little useful input to their team. We could be talking about people who camp in a bush all game, or those that abuse the TOS and maybe use cheats. I'm talking about people that we don't like to see, and of course, terrible players. In this video, I'm going to take a look at some of the biggest contenders for worst Battlefield 5 player ever, with a scope placed firmly on those playstyles that I dislike the most. There'll be some pretty obvious contenders in here, but as you've probably already seen in the background clips used for this video, they are all well deserving of being here. You've all probably experienced some pretty terrible teammates or annoying enemies in your time on Battlefield 5, and I'm interested to hear what you think of this video. Leave your comments down below and I'll be sure to check them out. I'd also like to say that this is exclusive to Battlefield 5, but I will include maybe one clip from an older game because it was a very funny one and I thought it was worth including. If we are going to talk about older games, the worst player I've ever seen on Battlefield 4 has to be First Clark. Here's a screenshot of his battle log on BF4. The guy's got thousands of hours, maybe 7,000 hours, and barely any kills. And if you've ever watched a clip of him playing, it is absolutely hilarious. But we're going to be focusing on Battlefield 5, so let's start out with this. Players with really low IQ. Now I'm talking about the sort of player that doesn't understand the basics of the game. Not a noob, not someone who jumps on and maybe struggles. I'm talking about somebody who is just a bot. Maybe you're bad at games and that's okay, but there is a level that you need to achieve in order to not be this bad. Check out this clip in the background, absolutely incredible. How about a prone gamer? I don't want to offend anybody here, but if you've ever played an FPS game, maybe back in the Xbox 360 days or even since then with the newer consoles and even PC, prone gamers and corner campers have always been considered as pretty terrible gamers, or maybe those that can't really compete by running around the map. As I said, back in the Call of Duty days on the Xbox 360, I could remember the hate some corner camping players would receive, and in my opinion, rightly so. It's a cheap tactic that is usually adopted by players that can't be bothered to improve their skills elsewhere, and frustratingly, Battlefield 5 is a game that really plays to the corner camper's advantage. I'm not saying that going prone or holding an angle is bad, that's perfectly fine. I'm talking about the people that sit in a corner all game long, the same corner, every game, hour after hour, day after day, and like a trap spider, they'll jump out and catch anyone that runs past. In Battlefield 5, the MMGs and the bipodding is insane. You still have some pretty poor visibility at times, and it can be very difficult to spot some of these corner camping players, and I hate it. Maybe you disagree with me, but it's my video, and I've included them as one of the terrible players in Battlefield 5. We've all seen them, bad medics. I've included them in previous videos, but it seems to be getting worse in Battlefield. What on earth has got into some people these days? This clip in the background. I was playing with my friend on Mercury. He was in a tank. I was an infantry player. I got taken out. I'm in cover. He even parks the tank in front of me as to make it more safe for that medic to revive me. But he doesn't care. He just wants to army crawl across the floor and watch me die. I start to feel as if some of these medics might be trolling, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are just really, really terrible. A few more clips in the background of annoying medics and very frustrating clips where I bleed out and they don't revive me.
I'm wounded! Medic! I'm fucking dying here! Medic! Help me, someone! You gotta help me!
Check out this clip at the start of a game of Twisted Steel. The vehicle spawning system sucks, as you can see. I miss out on the tanks, but whatever. I know there are planes coming and I want to spawn in them. I hover my mouse over the planes. I'm ready to go. My anticipation is killing me. And there we go, I miss out on the plane, but that happens. Oh well, maybe my squad mates that spawned in the plane, and I think it's maybe 2 or 3 of them, will use them very well. Let's watch on the map as they fly towards Charlie and Delta objective. Oh, one's jumped. Oh, they've both jumped out and wasted the planes. I thought that was the whole point of a pilot class in Battlefield 5, and 1 in fact, to stop people doing this. But no, it seems as if wasting planes is still a thing in Battlefield. Now maybe in a competitive Battlefield environment where you have to get to the flags first, an 8v8 match or something like that, potentially using a plane as a transport vehicle could be a strategy. It's not really something I'd think about though in a public match, and actually it goes to show as one of them loses Delta and dies immediately and the other one just gets stuck in the middle of a field running around. A complete waste of time, and I really think that anyone that wastes a vehicle for transport deserves to have them removed from the game so they can't spawn in vehicles at all. They waste them, and I really hate it. From time to time, you'll be in a tank, and you'll bump into an enemy player that just has the ultimate tactics. As you can see in the background here, I'm playing on Panzerstorm. I spot an enemy player. My potato aim means that he manages to get away, and he takes cover behind this tank carcass. I reverse around the side, and he's gone. He can't be seen. He's prone on the floor in his camouflage. I don't know if this guy's serious, but you do find players like this that are just camped up all game in the middle of the open. It's hilarious, and their tactics are just amazing. Now, if he was being smart, he'd probably redeploy, because there's no way he wins this battle. Maybe he gets lucky as a squad leader, drops smoke or something on me, but really, I don't know what his plan is at this point, and he ends up getting run over. A little clip from a Fanity. I think I included this in a previous video, but worth watching again. As you can see, sometimes players are just clueless. I don't know what I'm watching in the background here, but it's pretty insane. A throwback to Battlefield 3 and one of the stupidest players I've ever seen, using a mortar in Operation Metro. What are you doing, you absolute clown? Now, I'm not the best player in the world, you guys know that. I'm a pretty average player, but from time to time I'll pull off something that looks good. Although I have been working quite hard on my aim on Battlefield 5. As an infantry player, I use the ZK a lot. I try to make sure that my accuracy is improved round on round, and I focus on hitting the target as much as I can. This clip in the background was okay, nothing special, just running around on TDM with a few friends getting some kills. Now, I've included it because of a accusation, and I don't get a whole load of them on this game. I used to get loads more in Battlefield 4, but I was a vehicle player, so that's pretty obvious why. They're quite good in Battlefield 4, the vehicles, but in Battlefield 5, I play mostly infantry. And I get the accusation. Now, this is just me getting a accusation. Better players get them all the time. And the reason I've included this one, because accusations for players that aren't clearly hacking are just stupid. There you go in chat. Nice aimbot. Not really too sure what people's problem is. Maybe they're just having a bit of a vent in chat because I killed them too many times, but cheaters are really obvious to see. They're usually using a Lewis gun and they've got 50 kills and everyone else has 2 or 3. But there we go. False accusations can be quite annoying. Now for something that's plagued Battlefield games for years. AA Campers. Whilst I do see the need for anti-air, both in terms of a mobile anti-air and the little cannons that you get around the map, they are super annoying to play against in a plane, but that's fine, that's balance and they're required. I'm not saying that they're even overpowered, but what these players do is camp in the AA guns, which is super annoying. AA guns have a knack of ruining the already poor gunfights you have with enemy players in Battlefield 5, but what's even worse are these AA guns that camp in corners all game long. They won't get any kills, so they're not really helping their team, but all they'll do is irritate planes and maybe take you down from their little camping spot. You'll be in the middle of a dogfight when an AA gun will shoot you once and break a wing, meaning you'll get taken out by the enemy plane. Now, as I said, this is just part of Battlefield 5, so I'm not really frustrated at that. But sometimes it's taken to the next level when the AA tank in question refuses to leave their base. That's the annoying part. Their score is usually in the single digits, and at the end of the day they don't get many kills or, as I said, even help their team. But damn, it's annoying. The same can be said for those people that sit on the AA cannons all game long. But my guess is that most of them are trying to complete the terrible Battlefield 5 assignments that DICE force on us, meaning that you have to sit on an AA cannon and kill so many planes. You barely can do it, it's so difficult unless you're lucky with taking out some planes, but there we go. AA Campers. Super annoying. The clip in the background is me playing a bit of Firestorm, or at least queuing up for a game. I don't play it much, I don't really enjoy it, it was fun for a few rounds when it came out, but whatever, it's there and people can enjoy playing it. But that's not what this little clip is about, it's more about laggy players. And whilst Firestorm is struggling for players and maybe it has to grab them from other regions, I'm talking about players with super high pings. I don't really hate them personally, maybe they can't help it, they've got bad internet, DICE don't have servers in their regions, whatever. I'm not blaming anyone in particular, but it is super annoying, and you will see players like this guy in the background just rubber banding around, and in-game as well it happens, and for some reason it doesn't seem to affect them. They can still kill me just fine, but I can never seem to get a hit on them, or even work out where they are. Really annoying. Sometimes you will actually find people abusing lag, but for the most part it's just bad ping and DICE not having enough players to populate servers. But there we go. Super irritating stuff. Let me know in the comments if you've got anything else you want to add to this video. It's only a little one looking at some of the worst types of players in Battlefield 5. I thought I had to take a break from just criticizing the game and maybe include something a little bit more fun. So I insulted the players instead. Let me know if there's any extra ones you want to add in the comments. Maybe you've come across some real fools on the battlefield. Would be interesting to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.